Well, hello, my mad scrappers. We are off and running on our next episode of 14 and 14, and I have brought out that beautiful die that I just got from the last HSN craft sale. And it wasn't part of the craft sale per se, but my God, is it beautiful. And I've been eyeballing it for a while, and it got down. It's sold out now. But down to the last few, and I need to get it now. So, and you guys remember what I've said. Look for off-brands. Like, you can search Creative Expressions and find out all the dies that are being carried by HSN there. So this is just a beautiful one. So I have a plan. I have, again, Pinterest inspiration, including my lovely cheap dollar and a quarter Dollar Tree ribbon. I've got paper. And I'm ready to rock and roll. What I'm going to do in the beginning here now, off camera, is I'm going to cut this down to 5 by 7. So I'm making an A7 on this one. I'd already cut some down, and I may use this one too, because this is craft paper, but this is what I get from Hobby Lobby. But it was really dark, and I felt like I wanted to go with a little bit of lighter, so I'm grabbing some of basil. And actually, this is basil, and it's pretty heavyweight as well. Peanut cluster. But I just wanted to use this color, and it's close enough to a craft without being a true craft, but I like it. So let me cut this down to cardstock, and I will cut down my panels, and I'll tell you what sizes I used, okay? And I'll be right back. This is an easy card, so it should come together quickly. Ha! Said Myra never. All right, talk to you later. Bye. Or actually, be right back. What do you mean, bye? I was actually beginning to wonder if I was going to be able to get back. I do have a bunch of cut pieces. I can't even freaking talk. I have a bunch of cut up pieces of paper. I thought I was never going to get back here. I just, it is what it is. As usual, there's always something going around here in this madhouse. Today's, episode is at Nan Springs. Oh, by the way, I'm hosting Rummy Cube tomorrow with the ladies, and they play once a month. And I looked at her and blinked several times, and I'm like, what? So yes, we're having a bunch of ladies over here tomorrow. So needless to say, that's kind of like, oh my gosh, we have to pick up and make company clean, and we had to go run to the market. And thank God that it was my sister's turn to go see my mom. Oh my goodness, so I'm just like, okay, I'm exhausted already. But that is big. I'm like a pooped pigeon. It is always something, people. So I am sorry. You have no idea how long it's been since I started this, to get back to it. So we are still making a card. I'm going to do it. Dang it, no matter what. Okay. So anyway, I have my card bases. So let's take you through it. So I got my card bases cut up, and we're going to put a layer of red, although I'm going to take a moment. And because I totally forgot, I need to die cut all of this. I got to find stuff to cut out because it's ridiculous not to. And then we have this one, and this is the pearl. It's a pearlized paper, and I can't do anything to that one because this card will be visible, because this is what I tie the ribbon to that you saw that I don't know where it is. It's probably rolled. So I have returned. You guys didn't realize I had been gone for over an hour because it interrupted. You will notice there's a weird gap right here. That is because in the middle of talking about what's going on here, I didn't realize that the camera went off. Why? Because it got full. Why? I don't know. Actually, I do know. Because I just pulled video off literally days ago. Like, okay, this will buy me a little time. Well, no. And I had a ton of video on my camera, so I just sat here for the last hour offloading all of the video. And I realized that I had video footage, concert footage from Straight No Chaser, which we saw at Christmas, and from Zach Brown that Steve took me for my birthday that we had, I collected it late, but I still got, and then on top of that, REO Speedwagon, and it was just a lot of that I had not pulled off. So, and then just assorted other old videos from shot here that never came off. So I spent the last hour offloading, so I have emptied my phone by half. This should last me longer than 15 minutes. So now you know the insanity of this woman's life. I know. It's part of the entertainment part of this, because God only knows you guys aren't learning anything crafting here, because I'm not all that in a slice of bread. However, I've come back because I've gone ahead and die cut already, and I wanted you guys to see, because I had my doubts. Not that I had any doubt about this die. And let me cut. I've already cut one out, but I want to show you. I want you to see it. I'm going to repeat it. But I was concerned about this die because it reminded me, and it felt very much like the old spell binders. You guys remember the old spell binders that we had to use wax paper and all that happiness with? Well, I'm like, ugh, I had a bad feeling. Oh, hang on, I'm doing housekeeping here. Woohoo! Anyway, and I had a feeling, but guys, wait till you see this. I am just like, wow. And this is my first experience with Creative Expression dies. And yeah, we're going to do a little bit more shopping and see what else they got. Because this is just, wow. Well, hang on. I'll show you. I don't even want to show you the die cut. I want you to see it. Because I ran it through. I also took a leap of faith. And I decided I'm going to run it through the Mr. Marquee here. And let me just cut off that little piece right there, because I can cut little things out of here. So you know me, I save all pieces of paper. And we'll grab my folder, and it did. That was the other thing, is my gosh, it was like this piece of paper is just, I cut it just a little bit bigger than a die, and it just barely fits the folder. But you watch. I was concerned here. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be 3 days prying paper out of this die. And this is only one run, okay? I am not going back and forth or anything like that. Oh my goodness, this thing really wants to stick. Look at that. Popped right off. Let me take my little tapes here. Look at that. That's it. Look at that. Isn't that a beautiful, and all the pieces came right out. They're here or they're on my mat. Just nothing short of amazingness. So, and we'll just take, and we're going to drop the die. Actually, we didn't. We dropped it right on my lap. But we're just going to go ahead and just use my little mat here. Only because it'll capture all these pieces, and then I don't have to vacuum again. Go housekeeping! Every time I do that, I swear, you know what it reminds me of? Hotel Transylvania. When they go housekeeping, and it's the witches. They come on the broom. It's hilarious. Oh my gosh. I have to watch that movie just for that. So every time now, it's housekeeping! And the little witches. Alrighty. And hang on a second. We're just going to go ahead and use my little rumbette here. I love this thing. This is the most absurd 20 bucks I've spent in my life. I'm like, I can't believe. And I bought it because of Peanut Gallery. He was like, oh my gosh, you have to get that. It's so cool. I'm like, really? Really? And I did it. And I love my little toy. Okay. So I've cut these out. So, and really, that's about all of the die cutting. Actually, no, I'm going to come back. Give me a second. I'm going to come back because I'm going to cut the red out as well. So, give me a second. I will be right back. Okay, I am back. I went ahead and die cut out my centers of these because I am not letting all of that real estate go to waste. So, I wanted to show you guys. This is the Happy Valentine's Day die from Simon Says stamps that I got. And I cut out two of each, but this one was a bit of an epic fail. I'm going to try it actually to run it through the die cutter. I could have, the problem is that this is 5x7, a little bit smaller than I couldn't run it through the marquee, so I ran it through my Anna Griffin, the Empress. And I had to double shim it. I actually had to use two metal shims to get it to die cut right, but I didn't this first time around. And then I had the same problem. This is that beautiful one that I got from Amazon that is so gorgeous. I had to run it with 2 metal shims, and I had to run it through 3 times. The first one was an epic fail. This one is still in the die, but you can tell that once I hit on it, I mean, you just shim it, and these pieces just come right out. I've left it there because it's just a bit of a time consumer getting all these pieces, and I don't need to do it right now, but I did want to show you guys how well it cut. So now I'm ready. I'm just going to do probably 2. We'll just grab 2 of these. If they don't snag, we'll snag. We'll grab that one and that one. And we're going to adhere them to our card bases. Actually, we're going to do 1 of each. How about that? Right? To see what the look is when we put it on a card, on a very much more rustic looking, more crafty craft card. And I'm going to go ahead and cut that little piece right out right here because it bothers me. It's making me twitch. And we're going to grab Big Mama. And let's just run this through. Oh, come on. See, it's like going in its own little direction. I'm almost done with this roll of tape, but I'm going to go grab the other one. I already grabbed it. I just don't want to waste the tape right now to switch it over from one to the other because I always lose tape when I do that. or when it breaks, and that does happen from time to time. And let's go right here and right here. Okay. And we're going to center it. Did I get all the edges? Yeah, there's nothing sticking out. Oh my goodness, sorry. It's another, oh wait, and I need this on the Valentine's Day. I need that apostrophe. Now where'd it go? Come here, you. There it is. Oh, how long that's gonna last. And oh no, wait, the little tittle, the little dot on my Valentine. So is it there? Yeah, it fell down there somewhere. Okay. Let's see. I think that's going to be pretty, a little too high. Actually, when all else fails, let's go this way because I can see it better. Oh my goodness. There we go. Let's try that again. Okay. Got that one on. Where is my Happy Valentine's? Oh, that was my Happy Valentine's. Oh, my Lord. Okay, so now here, I really do need to be right on the edge because I just barely am making it. So, top and bottom, it's not so much a problem. It's that side. I got to make sure. So I'm going to go a little bit slower. Excruciatingly slower. Sorry. But better safe than sorry, right? Okay, there we go. And I'm going to put a little piece there. I think that's good. And let's see how much luck we have with this guy. Hang on, Mama. Sit right there. See, this one has, nope, I have a little bit, went over a little bit. I just caught it at the corner of my eye. This, because it's a little bit rougher, it allows me a little bit more slip and slide. It doesn't grab it like it did the other one. Yeah, let's just go, because this is sticking up. We'll just go. There we go. I'll probably do the same right here, just because. Okay, there we go. So we got these two down, and now we're ready for our ribbon and our panel, and we need a little bit of twine. So now we're going to open up, we're going to take 10 years to open up this spool of ribbon. Ah, and it wants to stick to me. Look at that, isn't that beautiful? Oh. And this guy is Dollar Tree ribbon, okay, my friends? This is not the really insanely expensive stuff. So I'm just going to cut a little bit, and I'm going over by about 1/2 inch, at least on each side, if not all, an inch. There we go. And since I know, actually I'm going to make more, but I just need to cut, actually, well, by the time I'm done, let me cut these up. Hang on a second. Believe it or not, I am back. I've cut up a bunch of strips of the ribbon, but I only need one for right here, and I cut 4. Oh, there's the other one. It fell off the table and onto the floor. Just pick that up before a cat finds and decides it's a wonderful cat toy, because that's what they want to do, especially kittens. So this is where I'm going to put this right here in the middle, but I am going to do one thing, but I'm only going to right now adhere it on one on the top for right now so that I can play with it. So I'm just going to lay down tape, you know, like a bunch of it with Big Mama, and this will be enough to hold it in place. There we go. Make sure it goes over on both sides. There we go. And we are just going to bend it over. And there. But now we have this. But no, wait, there's more. You're wondering, why do you have a spool of twine on your desk, mad woman? Really? You guys have to ask, because you know that I do crazy things. I do not understand why this should be a surprise to anybody. So, I think actually, needle and thread, All things considered, I think, and mind you, this is just my best guess, and this is not centered. So and that's why you use tape. So that you can. So let's do this again. And that should, and I still did it in the same place. People, I am nothing if not consistent. I think that's better now. That's it. When we pull it over, it's when you kind of like when you look at it in front, you have the full effect. Yeah, it's better now. So now we're going to see, because this is me trying to figure this out. There are no instructions. It was just something I saw on Pinterest. I'm like, ooh, that looks cool. I'm going to make it. And then you're like, no. Actually, I think there was a blog post, but it's all in German. No, I speak Spanish, English, and Pidgin French. I mean, like very little. So I've laid down my tape, and I'm going to wrap this over here. And you're still asking yourself, Myra, what are you doing? What in the world are you going to do with the twine? Where's the piece I just cut? Run it through the back. And I'm just going to go. And see, this is where, see, I knew I had to leave this loose, because otherwise I won't be able to cinch it right, it seems to me. To my thinking. I'm going to go about the center. It doesn't have to be absolutely perfect, because remember, I have that die cut, my heart die cut to go over it. But I want to cinch my ribbon in, and I'm going to play with it. My friends, after much fiddly farting, I finally settled on something I could live with. I also realized as I was laying this out, trying to get a feel for where it was going to go, I go, gosh, this seems, I mean, this is pretty good cardstock, but it felt a little flimsy. So I went ahead and cut another layer out of my cardstock. And this is, I believe this is 110 pound. It's 80 at the very least, but it will be enough to give me some comfort, okay? So now let us we're going to glue that layer together. So we're just going to make a great big puddle of glue so that I can just put that over, because that is a super filigree or super intricate die cut, but still it is an intricate die cut that I don't want to sit here and be drawing all over the place. Okay, where's my tweezers that I usually use for this? And I just press it all down into the glue. Make sure that everything, oops, see, I don't want to use my fingers, because that will mean I will get glue somewhere on this die cut, and it's awful pretty and I don't want to. Okay. Now, as I always say, I start from the left. Line up the left, everything else comes into play. At least that's what works for me. Your mileage may vary. See, and I'm still, even on this one, I'm having a little bit of trouble. Not much, but a little bit. But this is where, and I never do the smush and mash it down. I take my time and I work around the edges first a little bit. Is that lined up? Yeah, everything else lined up. So I struggled for a hot second. But now that I've got it at least all pressed together and lined up here, it wants to not. There we go, see? And that's why you have your tweezers on hand to make sure everything lines up. Now I can go ahead and smush down. And it looks good. Okay. All right, give me 1 second. I want to, there is just a little bit And I should probably let me grab another bleachy wipe, because what I am doing is putting back on all the glitter I just pulled off before, because it looked like a bomb had gone off right here on the mat of glitter, of red glitter. So I'm like, yeah, no, let's clean that up first before I go back on camera. Alrighty. And now there's my towel. Let me dry that area off. So now we are in the home stretch of assembly. So now I'm going to take and I'm going to put tape all around. I mean, there's already a bunch of tape on here, and I'm just going to go ahead and, as always, use Big Mama. Use my ATG adhesive. That's going a little bit cray-cray. Only because, I mean, what other tape adhesive is there? I can get those little ones, and I go through a million of them anyway, so we are just going to go and continue with my first love. I think I started, when I first started, I was using Tombows, if I remember correctly. But it's been a minute. My gosh, that is so... Gosh, I started scrapbooking in 2008, so that is so 12 years ago. Okay, this is the top. I remember because that's the direction of the string is going. But no, I want this to be the top. No. It's the madness, I tell you, it's the madness. But there, I'm going to press that down. And we got that there. Now we are ready to glue this down. Now, how am I going to do that? I think the tape will hold it. I'm not sure. So we're going to find out. Otherwise, guess what? We're going to have to bust out a hot glue gun. So let's see. I'll put it, because really the only place I can put glue, I mean anything on, is right here in the center. So let's see if that's going to hold up. We're just going to tape that down. And I wasn't paying really close. Ow, yeah, it's holding up actually it's holding up really well. And almost too well, because I just wanted to center it a little bit more. So if I press it, yep. But it's also loose. All of this is loose, so it adds dimension. But oh my gosh, doesn't that look so pretty? Oh my goodness. And now let's grab, I forgot to tell you guys that I had die cut out of the came with it. Look at that. Isn't that, whoops. Yeah, it is. It is so, I don't know, maybe because I have plenty of the red. I think I'm going to do what I normally don't, which is I usually do an extra layer out of other color, but I'm going to double it up. I had not wanted, I liked how delicate it looked. And maybe I will. Maybe this is one of the moments where I don't layer it and I just go with just the one. Because I think there's enough busyness here. So this is one of those rare occasions where I do not think I'm going to pop it up. I'm going to leave it at just at one layer. Maybe, you know what? I have several cards I'm going to make. So let's do this with 2 layers and then another one with just one and see how that all turns out, right? Okay, we're going to use this one because this gives me a little bit of a thinner bead of glue. There we go. And you notice they are nice, and I'm amazed at the fact that they were both unclogged. I hadn't used them in several hours. And we're going to grab this one because it was the one that was closest. And I just tap, tap, tap that all into the glue. My little puddle method. And then we'll pick it up. And we're going to come over here where the puddle isn't. And again, line up the left. Mind you, I was trying to convince myself of not having to do this because this is just so insanely intricate. But look, it lined right up like it wanted to. So I'm just going to press it together delicately. I'm pressing it, but I'm not pressing hard. And now I wanted to make sure it was all aligned. Now I could mush it with my hand. I'm going to grab that bleachy wipe and move my card over a little bit. And clean up my little puddle there so that my card doesn't pick it up. I do want the love to pick it up. And, okay, I'm looking at this. The tape holds, but it comes loose. But this is something I can easily solve. And that is, I'm going to grab some wet glue right there. And that wet glue on both sides will solve my problem. And I didn't have to bust out a hot glue gun, because I did not want to. Now, this is going to take a little bit of patience, because I'm going to have to hold it down and apply pressure. But while I'm applying the pressure, let's do some maintenance here. Make sure that this bottle does not clog on me. So let's see if I can do that one-handed. Yeah, I can. Woohoo! Okay. While we're doing this, you know, we're multitasking. This one I already did, so this one's good. And there we go. So we still have some looseness all around, which is what I wanted. And now we are going to do, nope, see this side came up. So it didn't dry. I should have actually, instead of using Barely Art, because I use Barely Art, again, I don't have to tell you guys a million times in one that it's my favorite glue, but Nuvo dries a little bit faster. So that's why I have it here, because it is fast drying, and sometimes you need fast drying glue. There we go. I think it's good now. So now all we have to do is pick this up and not mangle it. Oh my God, it's so pretty. It is so pretty. I mean, but look how intricate it is, how well it cut. You know, just saying, just putting that out there. Alrighty. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I have to stamp this out, this card. And what did I do? I forgot to stamp it first, because now I've got dimension to it. So, I'm not going to worry about it. I'll worry about it tomorrow, said Scarlett O'Hara. I'll worry about it tomorrow. Right? We will worry about it tomorrow when I have to stamp a sentiment in it. Okay, got plenty of glue on that. I'm going to come over here, because I don't have, I mean, I have some widget time, but I don't have infinite widget time. This is not a video game. We do not have infinite lives. And on this, I do have to like center it pretty good and commit, because this glue dries opaque and now I have a shiny surface. But there you go. Oh my gosh. Not bad for a mad scrapper, huh, my friends? I love it. And it's not because I'm all that and a package of paper. But this is just, again, inspiration from Pinterest and just different dies. So it's one of those where I would say, you know, I want to make that card, but ... I did not have the die. Totally different die and totally different ribbon. So, and I just caught, did you guys just catch the mistake I just caught? Yeah. Let's see if I can peel this up. I just realized that my hearts are in the wrong direction. Merde. No, don't come untied. So, see, that I knew how to say in French. Problem is, if I go this way, the whole panel is. So I have to pick up the panel. So give me a second. Let me fix this. And there you go. I fixed it. It wasn't that bad. But this is part of the reason why I use tape over glue, because if I had glued this all down, yeah, that was it. I would have been done. And I would have been very, very sad. I need to hold this down a little bit longer, maybe apply the glue again. But, I mean, there's our friendly neighborhood little card. Not bad. This is pretty quick. This came together very, very quickly. It's not a difficult card to do. You guys can do this too. So hopefully you enjoyed this. You at least laugh. You guys can tell me how quickly you noticed that I had the hearts upside down like a total dingleberry. There you go. This is what you get when you're crafting tired. And I am. It's late at night. We're not going to talk about how late it is. It's kind of like the wee hours. Because that's what I could sit down and finish. But I wanted to get this done and at least edited so that it goes up. I don't think it'll be up at its usual time. It'll be up a little bit later in the morning, but you guys are going to see it. So hopefully I made you laugh and you enjoyed this and I was entertaining while you guys are crafting more competently than I am. So if I did, then by all means, give me a thumbs up, drop me a note, Raspberry, and say, we saw you, Myra. You're such a dork. I am. And if you want to see more of this madness, because obviously I have it in spades, then go ahead and subscribe and ring that bell, and I will be back with more of my antics. So guys, I'm going to let you go because now I'm going to set this to render. And I am going to go and catch a few, I'll catch a nap before I have to get up and start my work day, okay? So guys, have a great one. Craft and make beautiful things. Meanwhile, don't ever forget, we are we are really, really, truly, we're all a little mad here. So come on, craft the madness with me so I'm not alone. Talk to you guys later, okay? Bye!